That's a lot of text with a lot of information that you don't want to read. Let's jump right in. Our favorite iRacing Senior Vice President and notable news guy Greg Hill is back to share updates with iRacing's development schedule. While this post is not exactly specific on what will be released in Season 4 of 2023, he does confirm all of the tracks on road and oval and dirt that will find their way eventually into iRacing as they are either in pre-production, production, or final checks. Here are a list of all of the road tracks that are in pre-production or full production. I'm not going to try to pronounce all of these yet. I will learn them eventually, I guess, but the one I want to focus on right now is Zandvoort because they made a decision with Zandvoort. So since they are rescanning the track and since the current version has so many differences to what they call the historical version, what they had scanned back in the day when iRacing first went out to Europe, they have decided to make those two configurations a package deal. So if you own one, you own both. So all people who own the current Zandvoort will get the new one and keep the old one as not a legacy track, but a legacy configuration, which is bundled in. In terms of oval tracks, there are three that they focused on. The first is Kern, which is on pace to be released in September with the Season 4 build. So this is the first piece of content that has been fully confirmed or at least planned for the Season 4 build. It'll be $11.95 and you will get not only the pavement version of Kern but also the dirt oval, as there is both a pavement oval and a dirt oval in that track in real life. So with iRacing, kind of unprecedented, but you will get both of those ovals at once in iRacing. To my knowledge, all previous oval and dirt oval bundled tracks are free tracks like USA, but I could be wrong. The other two pavement ovals that they were talking about in production were Slinger Speedway and Winchester Speedway. I'm personally really excited for Slinger Speedway because I'm pretty sure I can beat my current shortest lap time record on that track, which if you haven't seen that video, that's a good one. And then he also brought up pavement short oval cars that were in production, but no specifics on that. And then, not to be outdone, but they are actually working on additional dirt road tracks with Wheatland or Lucas Oil Road. And then finally, back to some more vague stuff, they announced that they had multiple dirt oval tracks and a dirt car in the works. In terms of upcoming projects, they are going to be revisiting the UK with multiple new circuits, so maybe this would be some of them that I talked about in my scanned but not produced tracks video, maybe like Croft or Mallory or Thruxton. And then finally, for track scanning, they are also going into new areas of Asia where they have not scanned any tracks yet. So the only place in Asia that I think they've scanned tracks so far is Japan, so it's very interesting to see where they'll go from here. Maybe some more street courses, or maybe some of the F1 courses around there. After all this information on new content, tracks, cars, etc., they are also talking about their art upgrades. As you've seen with the release of Willow Springs, iRacing is really working on upping the art and the graphics on some of the older tracks. So far they have received art overhauls for Road Atlanta and Sebring, with plans for Brands Hatch, Okayama, Olton Park, and older NASCAR and oval tracks. Greg also talked about the 3D curb project being brought back online. I know a lot of the things that people complain about iRacing are how the curbs feel, and it seems that they are finally bringing that back into full swing and are going to try to have something out sooner rather than later. But nothing in terms of a concrete date so far. And of course, what would an iRacing update video be without talking about rain? So what did they say about rain this time? So they said that there's been significant progress over the past few weeks. Their track polish and rubbering systems will dramatically affect your line around the track depending on the conditions of several dynamic physically based systems. So basically they're just working on how rain will work with how people are racing around the track. He talks about how the rain tire model will accurately disperse significant amounts of water on the track, providing impressive grip up to a limit, but hydroplaning will still be possible past the limit. He's going to go into more of the technical stuff eventually, and I'll probably make another video on that because you guys really love hearing about iRacing rain. He also mentions how the art team has doubled in size, which is great news for bringing the graphics up to spec and making everything look really nice, and we've seen some of the fruits of their labor already with, once again, tracks like Willow Springs and their upcoming projects. Couple interesting things here when they're talking about their animation team. It's also doubled in size, and some things that they're working on are different pit stops, so GT3 pit stops they're working on, and also emotive systems and additional shifting animations. So maybe you'll be able to signal out the window when you're pitting or something like that, Very interesting to see what's going on there. Their tire model team has tripled, and they're all working on very nerdy stuff that I find very interesting, but you guys probably don't. You can see all of that right here. And also, Greg attributes the improved loading times to a lot of the code base architecture being overhauled by a new team on that end, so it seems like they're taking a lot of the NR 2003 out of iRacing, which is sad in a nostalgic way, but of course that's a great improvement. And then a couple more bombshells at the very end. He talks about the road licensing system will see a significant addition in the near future. So does that mean they're going to split open wheel and closed wheel cars into their license system? That'll be very interesting to see. But you know my stance, I want a super speedway license. Come on, iRacing. And also, teams are working on both of the in-sim UI and the web UI to improve user experience, which is always a good thing. But saved for the very end is probably some of the most interesting stuff here, where they are planning on a realistic and engaging career mode that is built true to the authentic nature of what iRacing is all about. I can't wait to see what that's going to be. This could be a real NASCAR console game killer if they do it right, or maybe this is just their bid to get the NASCAR console games, who knows. They seem to have brought on the type of personnel that could make a truly great career mode experience, so that is something that could just end up being awesome if executed correctly. But now we are finally at the end. What is your favorite thing that you're looking forward to the most, and what is something that you want to see in addition to this? Alright, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all on the track.